My boyfriend locked me in the car during his sister's entire wedding ceremony. Weeks later, he had already left 41 desperate voice messages. I had been dating Raul for 8 months and thought things were going well. It wasn't a perfect fairy tale, but it definitely felt real. But yesterday, at his sister's wedding, the disaster that had apparently been lurking in our relationship just exploded. Let me go back a little to explain how we met, because that makes this betrayal even more painful. Our meeting was so random that it felt like fate or something. I was at an art exhibition during a special showcase night. The event was packed because the company Raul worked for was sponsoring it and debuting new projection technology in the middle of the presentation. Suddenly, there was a power outage due to a storm. Everything went completely dark, except for the glow of phone flashlights. I was trying to find the exit when someone bumped into me. That someone was Raul. He apologized and helped me find the restroom, where I needed to fix my contact lenses, which had shifted from the impact. We ended up talking for hours at the exhibition's cafe after the power came back on. He told me that seeing my face illuminated by the emergency lights was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Who says something like that? My silly heart melted on the spot. Fast forward to yesterday, his sister Monica's wedding. I had never met Raul's family before, which, in hindsight, was already a major red flag in our relationship. He always made excuses. They were busy, they lived far away, his sister was planning the wedding, blah blah blah. But finally, I would get the chance to meet them. I spent weeks choosing the perfect dress, nothing too flashy that could outshine the bride, but still beautiful enough to make a good impression. I chose a tea-length blush pink dress with small embroidered silver flowers. It felt appropriate, considering how we met. I did my makeup, put on the silver necklace Raul had given me for our 6-month anniversary, and prepared the wedding gift. Monica and her fiancé, Stanley, were anime fans and had mentioned wanting to honeymoon in Japan. I saved for 2 months to contribute to their trip. I gathered $1,500 in Japanese yen and a certificate for a traditional tea ceremony experience in Kyoto. Everything was placed in a beautifully hand-painted wooden box with cherry blossoms. Raul said it was too much, but I wanted his family to like me. On the day of the wedding, Raul picked me up in his car. He seemed tense, but I thought it was just wedding stress. On the way to the venue, a beautiful garden about an hour outside the city, he started making odd comments about my dress. "That's what you're wearing? Don't you think it's a bit much?" My family is kind of traditional. I started getting nervous, but I had spent weeks planning my look, and honestly, I looked gorgeous. The wedding was scheduled to start at 3 p.m., and we arrived around 2:30 p.m. Raul parked in a lot at the back, behind some trees. Then he dropped the bombshell. "I need you to wait in the car." I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but he wasn't joking. His face turned serious, tense, and he said his family was very demanding and that he needed to prepare them before introducing me. I was confused. They knew I existed, right? We had been dating for 8 months. I started asking questions, and suddenly he snapped, "My family doesn't need to see your pathetic face and your disgusting dress. Stay here and wait." I was in shock. Before I could even process what was happening, he grabbed my purse, took my phone, and got out of the car. When I tried to open the door, I realized he had locked it from the outside with the electronic key. I was literally trapped. I can't share everything I did in this short video. The full story is on the channel, link below.